Galactic Expo was the biggest event in the universe. Every species came with their best technology. Floating cities, teleportation gates, antimatter reactors, each one more advanced than the last. They all came to show their strength, their intelligence, their progress. And then, Earth arrived. The humans came late. Their ship was small, quiet, and didn't shine like the others. When the hatch opened, 3 humans walked out. They wore simple black suits, no armor, no shining medals. One of them smiled and waved awkwardly. The room went silent for a moment. Then came the laughter. They actually came. A lizard-like ambassador from the Selna species whispered, loud enough to hear. "They brought that," another alien said, pointing to the small box the humans were carrying. The humans placed the box on the stage. A hologram activated, showing their tech, clean fusion engines, slow rotating magnetic shields, rail, and a stealth system made of smart metal fabric. Useful, efficient, but old-fashioned, primitive tools, someone said. A child's toys, another added. They call that a weapon, a tall insectoid general said, nearly choking with laughter. The humans didn't argue. They nodded, gave their brief talk, and walked off the stage, calm, silent, almost like they didn't care. Back in their ship, one of the human scientists, Dr. Caroline, looked out the window at the glowing alien warships in the sky. "They don't see it yet," she said. Commander Rourke, standing beside her, nodded. "They won't, until it's too late." In the Galactic Council chambers, no one took Earth seriously. Humans were allowed to join, but only as junior observers. No voting power, no tech sharing. The Council even voted to limit Earth's space expansion. For their own protection, they said. Meanwhile, Earth remained quiet. No protests, no threats. They sent polite messages. They followed the rules. But under the oceans of Earth, and deep inside the dark side of the moon, machines were being built. Not machines for trade, not machines for show. Machines built for something else. A few months later, a distress signal was received. A small colony near the edge of human space had gone silent. Pirates, it was believed. The Council refused to help. Earth is not ready to face real threats, they said. So, Earth sent a ship. At first, the Council didn't even notice. It was just one ship. It didn't match any known class. It didn't have registration. It didn't follow the usual communication patterns. But the signal came clear. Human vessel en route. Estimated arrival, 36 hours. When it finally appeared, on long-range scans, Council officers laughed again. That tiny thing. Against pirates. It doesn't even have plasma weapons. Maybe they'll learn the hard way. But one alien wasn't laughing. He was old, his face marked with scars from a war most had forgotten. Admiral Telvac of the Drothi Empire watched the human ship's silhouette on the screen. It looked wrong. No sharp wings. No bright engines. It moved like a shadow. Low heat signature. Almost invisible. He leaned forward and whispered to his assistant. "That's not a warship. That's a message." The assistant looked confused. "Message? Yes, humans are saying, we were quiet because we were kind, not because we were weak." Back at the colony, the pirate fleet waited. Dozens of ships floated above the city. People below hid underground, waiting for help that may never come. Then from the darkness of space the human ship appeared. No lights, no radio call, no warning. Just silence. A silence so deep it made the pirate commander's skin crawl. He zoomed in on the strange ship. No flags, no windows. Only one word printed across the black metal hull. Valiant. And that's when it began. Asterisk. The pirates were waiting. Their ships floated above the human colony like a dark net. From orbit, they had full control. Every signal jammed, every escape route blocked. The colony's people had hidden underground, hoping help would come. But no one believed it would. Earth had never sent anything strong before. No one expected this time to be different. Then, something strange happened. A single ship dropped out of FTL at the edge of the system. No escort, no loud announcements, just silence. It didn't send a greeting or warning. It didn't ask for permission to approach. It just moved calmly, directly, as if it didn't care who was watching. The pirates' sensors picked it up. One of their scouts scanned the vessel. Low energy output, no active shields, basic kinetic weapons. The report came through. The pirate commander laughed. "Is this it?" Earth sent a cargo ship. But as the ship drew closer, the laughter began to fade. It didn't look like a cargo ship. It didn't look like anything they had ever seen. Its hull was smooth and black, built not to reflect light. There were no windows, no glowing engines, no visible weapons. It almost looked like a shadow had taken shape and started drifting through space, and it didn't slow down. The pirates tried hailing it. No response. They powered up their weapons. Still nothing. The human ship just kept coming. Quiet, cold, focused. A few younger pirates started to feel uneasy. One of them said, "Something's not right." Another whispered, "It's moving like it's hunting." The pirate commander grew irritated. "It's just one ship. Fire a warning shot." A light beam shot past the human vessel. No reaction. Then they aimed closer. Another shot, nearer this time. Still no change. The pirate commander gave a final order: destroy it. That was the moment everything changed. The human ship, silent until now, suddenly came alive. Its hull shifted like liquid metal. Dark panels opened without sound. Energy built up, but not the kind anyone expected. No plasma, no antimatter flash. Just strange blue lines glowing along the ship's body, thin, sharp, quiet. And then, it disappeared. For 3 full seconds, it vanished from every scanner, every visual feed, and then it was behind the pirate fleet. Nobody saw it move. It had no jump trail, no signature. But there it was now, within striking range, silently aiming. The first pirate ship didn't even have time to react. A pulse of focused sound, just a vibration, hit its hull. It lost power instantly and drifted lifeless into space. No fire, no explosion, just gone. Panic began to spread. One pirate shouted, "What is that thing?" Another yelled, "It's not using any known tech." They fired everything they had, beams, torpedoes, missiles, all toward that single dark shape. But nothing hit. Somehow, it knew what was coming before it came. It moved like it was thinking ahead, like it had seen this battle before. Back in the Galactic Council, the sensors recorded everything. One council technician stared at the screen in disbelief. That can't be human tech. But it was. And it wasn't done. Without a word, the human ship launched something. Not energy. Not missiles. Just small pieces of metal, guided by strange fields. They sliced through the pirate ships quietly, breaking systems apart, shutting engines down. No flash, no sound, just perfect strikes. In less than 5 minutes, the entire pirate fleet was either disabled or fleeing. Not destroyed, not wiped out, just stopped. It was precise, controlled, as if the ship had rules. As if it had been told, "Show them what we can do, but don't go too far." And then, just as quietly as it came, the ship drifted toward the colony. It hovered above it, unmoving. A single signal was sent down to the terrified people below: "You are safe now." No one knew who built the ship. No one knew how it moved. Even the humans who sent it said very little. But across the galaxy, everyone was asking the same question: what else had Earth been hiding? And why did they wait until now? The galaxy had grown used to Earth being quiet. The humans followed rules, signed every treaty, and never showed off. Their ships were slow. Their weapons were old. Their voice in the council was small, and many didn't even bother to listen when humans spoke. But now, everything had changed. Word of the mysterious ship spread like fire through every star system. Rumors traveled faster than facts. Some said the ship was alien. Others said it was stolen. A few whispered something far stranger: that humans had never been weak, only pretending. The council called for answers, but Earth stayed silent. No statement, no explanation, no celebration, just silence. Some called it pride, others called it fear. The truth was, Earth was waiting. Back in the colony where the attack had taken place, people began to emerge from shelters. Their city was still standing. Not a single building was damaged. No civilians were harmed. The pirate fleet was gone. The strange human warship hovered above them, unmoving. Like a quiet guardian, a message was sent from Earth. Only 2 words: mission complete. Then the ship vanished. No warp signature, no engine flare. Just gone. Council intelligence tried to trace it. They found nothing. No trail, no base, no crew logs. It was as if the ship had been a shadow passing through reality. One council scientist, a curious member of the Severine species, was assigned to investigate. Her name was Relka, and she didn't believe in rumors. She wanted facts. She had studied human history, language, and culture. She thought she understood them. She was wrong. Relk arrived on Earth, expecting a proud, loud world. Instead, she found a planet that looked normal. People walked through clean cities. Children played in parks. Farmers grew crops. Engineers repaired satellites. Nothing looked advanced, but something felt hidden. She noticed it in the way humans spoke, polite but careful. She saw it in the way their machines worked, simple on the outside, but hiding layers of complexity beneath. She saw strange security around certain areas, deep mountains, isolated islands, and one large facility on the dark side of the moon. That's where she asked to go. At first, they denied her request, but after a short wait, she received a message: access granted. She was taken aboard a small human vessel. No weapons, no guards, just one pilot and her bear. The ship moved quietly, smoothly, as if carried by thought. In less than an hour, they arrived. What she saw changed her forever. Beneath the moon's surface, deep within layers of rock and metal, was a facility not listed on any map. Giant hangars, power cores pulsing with steady light, walls lined with quiet machines, some older, some new, but the heart of the base held something different. A warship, not the one from the colony, a different one, sleeker, larger, completely still, as if sleeping. It had no name, no markings, just a single symbol circle with 5 silent stars. Inside it, .RELKA, asked the human commander, "Why hide this from the galaxy?" The human looked at her, calm and steady, because they weren't ready to see it. She nodded slowly, trying to understand. "And now, are they ready?" The commander didn't smile. He simply said, "They laughed, they mocked, they ignored." Now, they noticed Relka spent hours walking through the base. She saw ship after ship, all in standby mode. Not activated, not aggressive, just waiting. And that scared her more than anything else. Because this wasn't a war factory, it was a defense vault. Earth hadn't built these ships to conquer. They had built them to survive. One engineer told her quietly. We listened, we learned, while they bragged, we prepared. Back on her homeworld, Relka reported what she had seen, but many didn't believe her. Some called it human propaganda. Others warned the council to act quickly, before humans fully woke up. Still, Earth said nothing, until the second signal came. A fleet of warships was approaching a human research station near the border. Unknown origin, no identification, and faster than anything ever seen before. The council prepared a response, but before they could act, Earth sent a short message to the approaching fleet. You are entering protected space. Please turn around. No reply. So Earth sent a ship. And this time, the galaxy was watching. Asterisk in the outer edge of the galaxy, near a quiet zone where even traders rarely traveled, a human research station sat in orbit above a frozen planet. It was small, only 15 scientists, a few drones, and one quiet AI core that handled daily routines. No weapons, no defense systems. It wasn't meant for war. It was meant for discovery. Then came the shadows. 17 unidentified ships dropped out of FTL one after another. No names, no flags, no communication, just fast, cold movements. Their weapons were active, their scanners locked onto the station. Inside, the researchers paused their work. One of them, Dr. Miles, looked out the window and saw the shapes hanging in space like silent predators. He whispered, "They're not here to talk." Earth had sent only a basic escort drone to that station. It wasn't a warship, it wasn't designed for battle. The scientists sent a call for help, but there was no panic in their voices, no fear, because by now, they knew, help was already moving back on Earth. Deep inside the command center, hidden beneath Antarctica's ice shelf, Commander Rourke watched the alert flash across the screen. He didn't shout, he didn't even raise his voice. "Launch Vindicator," he said. The room moved like clockwork, no rushing, no alarm. They had trained for this moment 1,000 times. Above them, far beyond Earth's sky, a silent shape rose from a lunar vault. It was not the same ship that had saved the colony. It was older and it was faster. The Vindicator broke through space like a needle, leaving almost no trace behind. Its body folded space around it gently, slipping through the stars without sound or flame. The council detected it barely. Some thought it was a glitch. Others saw the path and grew quiet. One council member, watching the data from a private station, simply stood up and left the room. No one stopped him. They all knew where that ship was going, but no one knew what it was going to do. Back at the research station, the unknown ships had begun to move. Their scans deepened. Energy levels rose. The lead vessel sent a silent signal, and the station's AI caught it. It wasn't a message, it was a countdown. Dr. Miles looked at the number ticking down. 10 seconds, he said quietly. Outside, in the vast dark of space, the stars blinked and something arrived. The Vindicator came into view like a sudden thought. No flare, no noise. One moment it wasn't there. The next moment it was. But this time, it spoke. In a voice that carried through every channel, every signal, even through the encrypted layers of the unknown ships. You have entered restricted human research space. Power down. Withdraw. No further warning will be given. Silence. Then, unexpectedly, one of the unknown ships powered down. Just one. The rest didn't move. The Vindicator waited. 10 seconds passed. Then, without changing position, it simply activated something. There was no beam, no explosion, just a shimmer in space, a ripple, and the countdown stopped. The hostile ships froze in place, systems locked, engines cut. It was like space itself had pushed back against them. Across the council, silence reigned. Some didn't understand what they were seeing. Others couldn't believe it. This was not aggression. It was control. Earth wasn't showing strength. It was showing precision. Back at the research station, the scientists returned to their work.com/unbothered. Protected. The Vindicator remained for exactly 3 minutes. Then, just as silently, it left. No message, no celebration, but it had left something behind. A data packet, small, encrypted, meant for the council. When decoded, it showed blueprints, not of weapons, but of sensors. Long-range, passive, meant to observe. And one note: we are not expanding. We are watching. The council gathered for an emergency session. Some demanded action. Some called for peace, but most stayed silent, because they finally understood. Earth had never been asleep. It had simply been watching, learning and waiting. And the more the galaxy laughed, the more Earth listened. The stars above the trade route between Sector Kilo and Delta Prime were usually calm. Merchants passed through daily. It was considered one of the safest corridors in the galaxy. But safety can be an illusionist, surely, when someone believes the rules no longer apply. A fleet of ships entered that route without permission. It wasn't pirates this time. It was a private armada, rich, powerful, and confident. Led by a coalition of old alien dynasties, the fleet carried shields 3 layers deep, weapons with range across moons, and tech that most planets could only dream of. Their goal was simple: test Earth's reaction. They had heard the stories. They had watched the recordings, but they didn't believe the rumors. One of their commanders, a noble from the Varnic species, said it openly. No single planet can rise that fast, not without help. So they moved toward a human science station orbiting a gas giant, unguarded, seemingly easy to take. Just a quiet test, they said. A way to measure Earth's response time. The council had warned them not to. They didn't listen, and Earth didn't speak. The human station detected the fleet early. Its small crew didn't run or call for help. They simply activated Protocol Iron Mirror and waited. At first, the fleet just watched. Scans ran quietly. Some laughed at what they found: basic heat shielding, modest engines, and only 2 patrol drones nearby. One of the fleet captains said, "This is it. This is what the galaxy fears." That's when the light changed. In the space above the station, a ripple appeared like a reflection on water. Then a ship stepped through. It didn't jump in or exit from hyperspace. It unfolded. It was tall, silent, and dark as deep ocean. Not sharp, not glowing, not angry. Just calm, as if it was a part of space itself. The fleet ran scans. What they found made no sense. No known signature, no known materials, no control deck, no energy spikes, no movement. It just hovered. One brave captain sent a message: "Identify yourself." The reply was short: "You're standing at the line. Take one more step." Some ships held position. Others didn't. They advanced. Then the ship moved. No fire, no visible weapons. It rotated once, and something changed. The fleet's sensors went blank. For 20 seconds, they saw nothing. No stars, no station. Just static, like their instruments had forgotten how to see. When vision returned, The Earth ship hadn't moved, but 6 of their ships were gone. Not destroyed, not damaged, gone, as if erased from reality. The others tried to retreat. They couldn't. Their drives were offline. Their navigation was scrambled. Every attempt to move felt like flying through fog. And then, one by one, their systems returned. Full power, full control. But something had changed. Each ship received a private message, a sentence, different for each species, written in their native language, in their own historical tone. All said the same thing. This was your first mistake, and your last chance. Back at the human station, the crew never left their chairs. They just watched the ship silently return to the fold, in space vanishing like it had never been there, that the station's lights stayed green. No alarms, no damage, just quiet. Across the galaxy, word spread again. This time, there was no laughter. The Council didn't ask questions. The other powers didn't send more fleets, because the truth was clear now. Earth didn't want war. They weren't afraid of it either. They didn't boast. They didn't threaten. They didn't chase enemies or claim territory. They only drew a line, and when someone crossed it, the stars themselves responded. A cold silence had fallen over the Galactic Council. No one interrupted meetings anymore. No one made jokes about Earth. What once was seen as a minor, backward species was now treated with the caution reserved for forces of nature. Not because Earth attacked anyone, but because they didn't need to. They had made their message clear without raising their voice. Still, not everyone was convinced. A faction from the outer colonies believed Earth was bluffing. They said the warships were illusions, prototypes, rare machines shown only to scare. They believed Earth couldn't possibly have so much power hidden so quietly. They believed wrong. The faction sent a signal loud, public, and deliberate. It wasn't a threat. It was worse. It was a challenge. They chose a border system, a neutral world with mining stations shared by several species, including a small human crew. The faction's fleet arrived there and announced a temporary control operation. They claimed it was for security. They demanded the human workers leave within the hour, but no one left. The mining station was silent. The humans on board didn't pack. They didn't argue. They only made one transmission, a few words, standing by, nothing more. The alien fleet waited. They were sure Earth would hesitate, or at most send a patrol ship. They believed no one would risk a response over a small mining post. But what arrived was not what they expected. First, the stars dimmed just a little. Then came the soundless arrival of 3 human vessels. These weren't the strange ships seen before. These were new, sleek, polished, almost beautiful. They didn't come forward. They didn't aim their weapons. They simply stopped, like statues. The alien commander laughed once. Do they really think 3 ships can stop us? The moment passed. Then came the 4th ship. It didn't fly in. It unfolded from space itself, like something too large to fit into regular dimensions. It didn't look like a ship. It looked like a question the universe had no answer for. And then everything changed. The station's alarms stopped. The asteroid belt nearby stilled. Even the local magnetic fields flattened. The mining crew felt it in their bones. Something beyond logic had entered the system. The alien fleet backed up. But it was too late. The 4th ship sent out a single wave of light. Not an attack, not a signal, just a pulse. And with it came visions. Across every ship, every bridge, every officer saw the same thing. Their own homeworlds, safe, peaceful, and completely under the quiet watch of vessels just like this one. It wasn't a threat. It was a reminder. Earth had not just 1 ship, or 10. They had prepared quietly, in the shadows of moons, in rings of gas giants, inside dead systems no one visited. They hadn't built a fleet for glory. They had built a net, one that reached farther than anyone had realized. Back on the mining station, one of the humans stepped out onto the observation deck. No armor, no weapons, just a calm face looking toward the alien ships. He raised a hand, not to signal war. To say goodbye. Because the Earth ships were already leaving. No shots fired, no demands made, just presence. Just proof. And then peace. The alien fleet left in silence, without a single word. Later, one of their officers would say, "They didn't fight us. They didn't punish us. But after seeing what they could do, we punished ourselves." In the months that followed, something changed in the galaxy. Respect became quiet. Borders were no longer questioned, and Earth never spoke about what happened. But everyone remembered, because the final message Earth left in the system's satellite was not a warning, it was a line of text, written in the simplest of languages, readable by all species. We are here, we do not forget, and we are ready.